Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Game Dev Tycoon. I've just finished doing some contracts and research, and there was a publishing deal that I wanted to take, but then I remembered that we need to create the new game engine, and also I'd like to develop a sequel at some point as well. So let's do this. It's going to be as simple as ever. Just need to select the new things that we can add to it. And the dialogue tree mini games is going into that, and realistic weather, so it's going to cost 1.2 million to develop. I think the last one we actually got a fair few games out of, so I think that's a good investment of our money right there. Let's check on the R&D Lab while we're here. Doesn't seem to be much going on. I'm not sure how this works. And that is charging us per month. Maybe we're supposed to send someone to go in here or something like that. No, I don't know. He's also busy. That's our design specialist. He's also busy doing this. So we'll have to find out in a second then, I guess. But it doesn't take long to do that at all now, does it, with 6 people working for us. And we have invested over 1 million into a new game engine. Fantastic. Okay, the game engine is complete. Let's see what happens when we click on him. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the R&D Lab. But what we need to do is now perhaps find a publishing deal. Okay, yeah, this is the one that I was thinking of doing. Because although it's fashion, you know, that's not something I'd be interested in. It does sell in this game supposedly, so maybe that's a game that I want to make. Okay, so we're actually going to do this. I thought for a second that we wouldn't because we had just done a casual game. However, if we combine it with RPG, then that's a combination that's not the same as what we've previously done. We've seen if we do an action after an action and combine with something game, we get punished for that, so that seems like a good idea. We're also going to do this with our latest game engine. It's going to be called Fashion Hero. I think everything there is good. And so we will click Start Development. Let's see what happens here. We're not going to use the multipliers just yet. Okay, so time for the sliders. With this being a casual and RPG game, I think we need to put a bit of focus, less on the engine, more on the story and quests to go alongside the gameplay. So something like that looks good. That means we're probably going to have to sacrifice, let's see, that'll do. Let's just drag that up a touch, and then we want to add some features here. So branching story, if we just drag that up a touch as well, there we go. Okay, we've got all of the features there that we want. So who's going to do what? Well, I think we're going to put Luke on story and quests, myself on the gameplay. He's going to be overworked because he's doing 2 things there. That's okay. And then we have Sebastian on the engine. Actually, I think we want to put Sergio on that and save Sebastian for something more technical. Okay, that looks good. Let's do this. So we're going to use the multipliers straight away. And the hype is coming in. We are also going to do a little bit of marketing. We'll just do magazines to begin with. I doubt that even made much of a difference, but there you go. Also, in the time between episodes, the G3 booth thing happened, and I just bought the smallest booth since we weren't developing a game. The Play System 2 is going to be taken off the market. And look at those points. Almost 200 in our first stage of development. That is fantastic. Okay, so for the second set of sliders, less of a focus on artificial intelligence, more on the dialogues because it's an RPG. So I think something like that looks good. So let's go down here and take off AI companions and add in mini games and dialogue tree. So who is going to do what now? Okay, I think we're going to put Luke on the level design. Can he do that? No, he will be overworked, so Paul Reed will do that one. And then I think I might put myself... No, I can't really do anything again, can I? Okay, we'll put Dennis on that, and we will put Suzanne on artificial intelligence. If I can drag her name over there. There we go. So Paul Reed is slightly overworked. There we go. We drag that down. We'll get an extra multiplier at the end. So it's time to do a little bit more marketing. Let's go with magazines and demos this time. And get the hype increasing. And so I think we might hit another record on the design, but probably not on the technology. That seems to be a little bit lacking. Okay, so that's the iPod, I think. Grapple, yeah, Apple Grapple. Okay, cool. So we might do a game on the phone. That'd be interesting to see what that's like. You probably won't be able to develop a large game on it, but it might make for cheap, quick, easy development and make some quick sales. Anyway, the last part of the game here, we want to focus on the world design as well as the graphics, so something like that I think should be good. So let's add, can we add a soundtrack? Yes we can. Okay, we'll adjust it like that, and let's see if we can add something here as well. Not the realistic weather unfortunately, but we can add open world. Okay, so who's going to do what here? We're going to put, we'll put Sebastian Todd on the graphics. Actually, I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think graphics revolves around design more, so maybe a balance of both. I really need to figure that out. So maybe Luke can do that. Nope, he'll be overworked. Suzanne. Okay, so we drag that down a touch. And then Dennis is doing that one right there. I think we'll actually put, we should put Sergio on sound maybe. I don't know. Actually, I think that's going to do just fine. Okay. We need to figure that out so we can balance our staff a little bit better there. And we need to do a touch more marketing. We don't want to fire anyone. Okay, that's fine. Nope. I just want to do some marketing. There we go. Let's do a small campaign. And that doesn't seem to have affected the hype much, although the hype is still going up. And look at those design points. We're definitely going to hit a record there. That's insane. Possibly on technology as well. Can't remember if we hit 400 last time. But again, same as always, going to wait until the hype goes down, because now we get tons of extra little points just for waiting, which I think make all the difference, you know. Just give it a bit more time and you'll make a few more points here and there. Okay, so there's a clear trend towards action games. Maybe that's the next type of game we will make, since that has happened as we finished this one. So the timing will actually be good for once, because usually we learn about that at the wrong time. But there you go, we've got all the multipliers there. So lots of levelling up going on, including Luke Harper levelling up. So let's release that game. Okay, that's fine, he's had a raise. And we're waiting. What are we going to do while we wait? I think a round of research, not research, training might be in order, but let's just see how the game reviews do first of all. Is it going to be another hit? Almost perfect. A nice experience, a 7, eh? And an 8. And another 7, so maybe not so good there on the sliders, but let's see how it sells. Should be enough to gain us some fans. Let's see how many units it's selling. So 6.7 thousand fans. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And if we go look at our game history, we've already turned a profit, so actually I think we're going to be fine. And next up we're going to develop a sequel, I think, so we'll probably do an action game that's a sequel to something we've already done. But before we do that, we're going to do a round of training, and also let's go and look at the R&D Lab. Nothing is happening here, so I need to research that and find out, so I'm going to drag that down to 0 for now. Okay, everyone's done a round of research, then they've gone on holiday. I've done a little bit of research into topics as well. But I've got an idea for what I wanted to do next. Remember that the popular genre at the moment is action. So we're going to develop possibly a sequel actually. I'm not sure how much you can change the theme or the requirements, but let's go back and just see if there's what I want to do anywhere here. Which is action RPG, by the way. So we've done an action adventure. So possibly we could do a sequel to this game, although the topic is going to be completely different. But I guess it would be good to find out. I'm not sure actually. I think I'm just going to develop a new game. So anyway, what I want to do is make a large game that's aimed at everyone. It is going to be on the Mbox 360, and we're going to make an action RPG game, and we're going to do that post-apocalypse style. And we're going to call this one, I've got a name for it as well, we're going to call it Nuclear Winter. Which is like a term for the Fallout, I do believe. Anyway, let's select Game Engine 11. I don't know why that has so much trouble letting me select it sometimes. But there you go, let's just double check everything, it all looks good. I also done a little bit of research into how the sliders work with who you assign to them, because they all have different strengths and stuff, of course. So I think I've got this down. So supposedly the engine is all about technology. So on the engine we should get, let's see, Sebastian Todd on that, or maybe Sergio. I think we'll put Sebastian on. But also we need to adjust these sliders for an action RPG game, so we want to focus on the engine and the gameplay and not so much the story and crests really. So we'll put that down to around there, and let's have a look. How are we going to do this? Simple cutscenes, linear story, they both fit in. Maybe we'll drag that up a touch. And then for the engine we should be able to add some of these other things as well. Okay, so that'll do. Everything's selected for gameplay. So gameplay is more about design, so we should put Luke Harper on that, and the same thing goes for the story as well. So let's get Dennis on there. He has more design than he has tech. Okay, and that looks like a good start right there. So let's watch the bubbles fly around. Okay, it seems that the market has normalised again. Oh, as soon as I start developing an action game, of course, it goes normal again. Okay, interesting to see here. A lot of technology points, not so much design. I forgot to use the multipliers as well. And that was Luke and Sergio, and they were both working on something. We will do that in the next round, I think. Wow. This is going to be another high-scoring game, isn't it? So this time we want to be focusing on the level design and the AI, not so much the dialogue. So something like that I think looks good. So let's actually just slide the dialogues up a bit and add the artificial intelligence in. So AI is probably all tech. So Sebastian's already done one. Let's put Sergio on that. We're going to be using his multiplier as well. And then level design I do believe is sort of an even split, maybe more focus on tech. So who could do that? Actually, why don't we put me on that one? And then can we put Luke on this one here? Yes, we can. Okay, that's good because the dialogues is supposedly about design. So that looks very good. And let's use those multipliers. Both these guys are working on an individual topic, so let's hope that helps. We're going to do magazines and demos, and for this one I think we're going to put a lot of money in the final stage, because if we have a look at our design and tech points, well, they are pretty damn high already. I think we're going to be breaking records again, so there we go. Okay, so the final set of sliders, we're going to be focusing on the graphics and not so much the world design or sound. So that looks like it's got it about right. Let's turn off the soundtrack. Maybe we want to just slide that up so we can fit that in. Okay, and we're not going to be able to add anything to world design. So who's going to do what? Well, we need to focus on designing the world design, funny enough. So let's put actually we might need Paul Reed. Yeah, I think we might need him on graphics possibly. Actually no, we're going to put him on sound, and then we need someone with an even split on the graphics, and we're actually running out of staff to do the job. Okay, Suzanne hadn't done anything, so that's fine, she'll do the graphics. And then for the world design we will put, who's doing it at the moment? Dennis is doing that. Maybe Paul Reed will do that as well. Actually I think we'll put Dennis on it. Okay, that should work out just fine. Okay, so final stage of the game, going to go all out with our marketing and do a large campaign. And look at that go. Yep, this is going to be a record breaker, I can tell. Almost 500 points on technology, that's insane. And design probably not too far behind as well. Yeah, we're going to get 500 points on design before we release this one. This is awesome. Seems like the training actually makes a really big difference to our staff, because we do a round each time and it makes a generally large difference between each game, so we have to keep doing that for sure. And this is good, just getting a few extra points here and there. Okay, and let's release it. So record on both. We got all of the multipliers there. Actually no, I think there was one we're missing, but 1.9 overall. Loads of people have leveled up. That's excellent. Okay, let's release this game. Okay, that is fine. And special training is now available for Paul Reed, so maybe another design specialist in the works. But I like to normally do something in this point here, but I want to just wait and see our reviews and then our initial sales. So we've got a 9, almost perfect, followed by another 9, maybe a 10, no, an 8. And another 8, so 8.5 overall. I really thought that one was going to be a hit. Let's take a look at the sales. We have almost 400,000 fans, so we're probably going to increase that right there. 6.2 million sales. Wow. That's fantastic. Let's just go and look at our game history there. Yeah, 6.1 already. The last one made 15 million. That one made 52. And yeah, we've really bounced back after our flops, so that's good to see. But actually right now I'm going to take a break. I'm not sure what it is I'm going to do next. I also need to find out what's going on with the R&D Lab. Okay, the R&D Lab is working now. I just adjusted the slider up higher and then people appeared out of thin air. So now they're working on that. You can see here they've done a fair amount of research already. So these game conventions keep popping up at the wrong time. We're just going to get a small booth again because we don't have a game that's going to be released. But everyone I think needs to do a round of research again. Can we make... is it Sergio? No, it's Sebastian. Can we make Sebastian a specialist yet? We can, a technology specialist, so we're actually going to do that. We have plenty of money. We also have a lot of research points, which is good. And I think this time we're going to research another topic towards our next game engine, because these ones are quite expensive. And what should we go with? No loading screen sounds good. Let's go with that one, and then we'll do dynamic environment as well. So we'll get you... actually no, Suzanne's our researcher, I do believe. Okay, something happened with my recording there. Not sure what, but I think we lost some of it. Anyway, I just done some training, and I made one of our guys a technology specialist, I do believe. But yeah, we have a contract here that I want to do. I was just looking through these, and I think what we're going to do is just take this one here, minimum score of 6. The game size has to be large. That could actually be a problem because I was thinking of doing this on, let's have a look, the GR phone. I thought, why don't we make a game on that? So let's acquire the license, and yep, it does not support large games. Okay, we're just going to do this one ourselves then. It's going to be a medium game aimed at a young audience, a comedy, a casual, on the phone. Again, just can't be bothered to come up with a name, so we're going to call it Comedy Hero. Okay, right, so let's click Next. And let's start the development. Okay, so business as usual. With it being a casual game and no other combination with it, we're going to focus solely on the gameplay. That always seems to work really well. Maybe just a touch more on engine and story and quests. Maybe even... there we go, enough to get all of those extra things in on the side there, but some of these here are going to have to go. So maybe multiplayer, that's good. Okay, those two will do right there. So who's going to do what? Well, engine is all technology, so we'll put Sebastian on that, and he's already been selected. And no surprise that actually I think it selected the right people to do each job by the looks of it. So we'll just go ahead with that. And our R&D Lab has made quite a bit of progress actually, so it'll be interesting to see what this internet opportunities things bring to the table. We should also use our multipliers in the next round. Okay, so another bunch of sliders, again casual game, so we're going to focus mainly on the level design. So let's take off AI companions, and on dialogues let's take off the dialogue tree, or maybe we can get away with that, that's good. Okay, so it's probably selected the right people for the job again. However, I'd actually put Paul Reed on the level design. Now wait a minute, I've got it written down here that actually is supposed to have a balance of design and tech on that one. But Luke is all design, so he's doing dialogues, and Sergio is all tech, so he's doing artificial intelligence. Okay, that's good. So exactly what they selected for us. Okay. Everything looks good. Let's use the multipliers. I forgot about that for a second. Let's start doing some marketing. I'm going to go with... yeah, let's go with a small campaign. And then based on how many points we get, maybe we'll invest some more money into it as well. But for the last stage, with a casual game, we want to focus on the graphics and the sound. Not so much the world design. We need a bit more on the graphics, because we have a high 3D graphics engine. Okay, that there should do... Okay, there we go, that's cool. So who's going to do what? Well, Dennis, yep, I think that's a good one for that. And maybe I'll put myself on... Actually, I'm going to be overworked if I put myself on graphics. So someone with a nice mix, we'll go with Suzanne again. Or possibly Paul Reed. He's doing sound, okay. Yep, I think that works out well. Isn't that what they selected for us again? Okay, anyway. Last bit here, we're going to put some more into the marketing. I'm going to go with a small campaign. Don't want to overdo it really, but the hype is going up, which is good. Strong audience young. Is that a trends thing on the side there? If so, this could be a real seller because it's aimed at a young audience. Okay, never mind. It's gone back to normal. I didn't even notice the pop-up for that. Although I did have some trouble with my recording, so that's probably why. Got distracted by that. Okay, the hype is 99 as always. When that drops, we will click finish. Okay, I think that'll do. Okay, so we got good management, new combo, great combo. Suzanne leveled up, let's release the game. Okay, that's cool. And we have some new research available. But we're actually going to send everyone on vacation because they all look knackered. Okay, the first review came in, let's have a look. It's a 7. An 8. Another 7, not so good. So 7.5 overall. A while ago we had a roll of some really good games. But now we're not doing so well. Anyway, we're going to send everyone on vacation here. Okay, we have a lab report here. After careful examination, we come to the conclusion that the internet is a huge opportunity in the gaming industry. We already see some small signs how successful multiplayer games can be, but multiplayer is usually an additional feature to a game and not the main focus. We think we could develop technologies to create a massively multiplayer online engine, a short MMO, or for short that probably means, a game where tens of thousands of players can play together. To create such an MMO, more research is necessary. The second discovery is that we could start developing an online distribution platform. Instead of players buying games in local stores, they could download games directly from our servers. This would cut out the middleman and we could gain a large share of the market and an additional income to fund our developments. So we can now research Grid or codenamed Grid and MMO. Well, I'd like to develop an MMO, so we should probably focus on that, I think. So we can do our own convention. Codenamed Grid. Okay, that's the internet distribution platform. And then there's the 3D graphics, hardware. Okay, let's have a look. And there's also AAA games. I think we're going to do the research for the MMO. That's probably going to take a long time, and actually I want to slide the budget down a tad here, just so we don't spend too much money on all of that. Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look at how much it has actually made for us. So 2.1 million, it wasn't that great. We probably need to develop a sequel and do another hit game at some point, but I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We've really bounced back after that horrible game, which is good. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.